So in January of 2026, something pretty wild happened. Something that's never, ever happened before. All the top people building our AI future, the biggest names in the game, they all started telling the exact same really urgent story. Today, we're going to break down exactly what they said, and more importantly, why you absolutely need to hear this.
You know, in the tech world, fierce rivals never ever agree on anything. It's just not how it works. But then, in this one single month, 5 of the most powerful people in AI, we're talking bitter competitors, all said the exact same thing. They used similar phrasing, they talked about similar timelines, and they all gave the same urgent warnings.
So the big question is why, right? Why would these leaders, who are literally spending hundreds of billions of dollars trying to beat each other, suddenly start singing from the same hymn sheet? That's the mystery we're going to solve right now.
And look how fast this all went down. We're talking about a few short weeks. It kicked off with Elon Musk on January 4th. The very next day, NVIDIA's Jensen Huang chimed in. Then, a little over a week later, you get Sam Altman from OpenAI, followed by Mark Zuckerberg at Meta. And to top it all off, a bombshell essay from Dario Amodei of Anthropic. 5 different people, 5 different companies, all pointing in the same terrifying direction.
Okay, so let's dig into the first 4 of these warnings. You'll see how they start off big, almost like science fiction, but then they get very, very real very fast.
First up, you've got Elon Musk. Of course, he was a co-founder of OpenAI. Now he's a competitor with his own AI company. And you know he's never shy with a bold prediction. But what he said at the top of the month really set the stage for everything that followed.
Musk didn't mince words. He just came out and said, "We have entered the singularity." And this wasn't just some off-the-cuff remark. He's been saying for a while that AI is going to create this future of incredible abundance, where work and money just might not matter anymore. Now, the real point here isn't whether he's right to the day. It's that one of the most important tech leaders on the planet believes this future isn't some far-off dream. It's happening right now.
Okay, so just one day after Musk, Jensen Huang speaks up. Now think about this. As the CEO of NVIDIA, he's the guy making the chips that power the entire AI industry. He has arguably the best seat in the house. He sees what everybody is building in their secret labs right now.
And his message was so clear. He said it's not just about chatbots anymore. He announced that we've hit the ChatGPT moment for physical AI. What he's talking about are robots, real-world machines that can think, reason, and act on their own. This is intelligence getting hands and legs and moving around in the world with us. A total game changer.
Our third piece of evidence comes from the man who basically kicked this whole AI revolution into high gear, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI. And his warning was less about the future of humanity and way more about the immediate future of your job.
You got to read between the lines on this one, because it is chilling. Altman is saying that AI is making his own employees so ridiculously productive that OpenAI is actually slowing down its hiring. And he directly warned other companies not to hire too fast, predicting they'll soon have to have uncomfortable conversations, which is, the most polite corporate speak ever for mass layoffs. The signal here is unmistakable. Huge economic disruption is right around the corner.
And that leads us straight to Mark Zuckerberg. While a lot of us were focused on Meta's whole metaverse thing, the company was quietly making this gigantic pivot to AI. And Zuckerberg's comments finally revealed just how big this shift really is.
Zuck dropped a number that is just staggering. $72 billion budgeted for AI infrastructure. To give you some perspective, that is more than the entire yearly GDP of a lot of countries. This is not a side project. This is betting the entire farm on an AI-powered future.
And his vision? It's a world where there are more autonomous AI agents than there are human beings, and those agents are doing the work. He described a future where just one engineer isn't coding anymore. They're directing an army of AI agents to do all the coding, run the tests, and solve the problems for them. This isn't just about making things faster. It's about fundamentally changing what it even means to work.
So we've got the singularity, we have physical AI, we have mass layoffs coming, but it's this 5th and final data point from Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei that just ties it all together into a terrifying package. See, he's kind of viewed as the conscience of the industry, which makes what he wrote so much more alarming.
Amodei published this massive 38-page essay, and his core argument is that our technology is in its adolescence. Think about that. It's that dangerous stage where we have all the power of an adult, but none of the judgment. It's like giving a teenager the keys to a nuclear submarine. And he wasn't just talking in metaphors. He came with cold, hard numbers.
First, the timeline. Amade says an AI that can do the entire job of a senior software engineer, start to finish, will be here in just 1 to 2 years. Let that sink in. Not a decade, not 5 years. We're talking 12 to 24 months. That is a complete collapse of the timeline that everyone was expecting.
And then, the economic fallout. He estimates that 50%, half of entry-level white-collar jobs could be eliminated in the next 1 to 5 years. We're talking about financial analysts, junior lawyers, consultants, writers. This is a direct shot at the professional class.
And finally, he put a number on the biggest fear of all. Amade estimates the chance of a catastrophic outcome from AI is around 25%, a 1 in 4 chance of total disaster. You wouldn't get on a plane with those odds. He calls this, and I quote, the single most serious national security threat we have ever faced.
Okay, so let's just take a breath. What are we supposed to make of all this? Well, when 5 people who are paid billions to destroy each other in the marketplace all converge on the same urgent message, it's not hype anymore, it's something else. We can call it a reality signal.
Think about it like this. A reality signal is an indicator that something is just true. It's a moment of clarity. This convergence of warnings, it is not a marketing campaign. It's a shared, terrifying understanding from the people who know the most that a fundamental shift is happening right now, and it's happening way, way faster than any of us were prepared for.
So all of this really leads to the most important question of all. What does this mean for you, for us? To figure that out, we need to look at how this could reshape our entire society and what on earth you can do to get ready for the disruption that's coming.
So, one way to think about this is that society might split into 3 big groups. The top 20%, the people who own assets and really know how to leverage AI. They're probably going to do incredibly well. The bottom 20%, they might actually benefit from all the abundance AI creates as the cost of everything just plummets. But it's the middle 60%, the professionals, the knowledge workers. That's the group in the most danger because their jobs are the ones that are most directly threatened.
So what's the game plan? What can you actually do? First, learn to use AI tools, like today, not tomorrow. Your whole goal should be to become a master at using AI to multiply your own productivity. Second, double down on the skills that are uniquely human, things like judgment, building relationships, creative problem solving. Third, if you can, own assets. In a world where the value of your labor is becoming uncertain, owning the things that AI makes more valuable is a huge safety net. And finally, and this is the big one, pay attention. The world of today will not look like the world 5 years from now. Not even close.
The message from these CEOs is crystal clear. The timeline has collapsed. What we all thought was a decade away might be just a year or 2 out now. The window to prepare for this is closing, and it's closing fast. So the final question really isn't if the world is changing, it's whether you're going to be ready for it when it does.